Happy Friday and welcome to episode 127 of the weekly recap. And I had to say Friday because we're recording on a Monday right after a holiday, but we blew our secret that we publish on Thursday. But Maddie, how are you doing today?
Hey Rick, hello everyone. I'm doing great. I am back at home, as you can see. You are back, so just normal situation. But it was an awesome week in Amsterdam for Women in Tech conference. And, as usually, I'm just getting super busy with community activities, and we are planning the sysadmin day, which takes place this month on the 28th of July, but we are going to discuss more on that later on. And it's so hot in here. You were saying that Columbus is getting hot as well, right?
Yeah, you have us beat by 3 Celsius, but our problem was it was so dry and then it got so wet with all the rain. I was doing some yard work outside. It's just like sweat. And I don't mind like if I'm out working because we had a holiday yesterday. So just cleaning up and running around the yard and stuff. But I don't mind sweating, but whoa, it was intense. But you've got us beat. So hang in there, stay
Yeah.
cool, stay
Yeah.
community. That'll keep you
I
cool.
stay community with the AC on. That's for sure. But yeah, you're going to tell us everything about the 4th of July later on, right?
A little bit. I got just one
A little
interesting
bit.
share.
Okay,
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
little bit. Okay.
But you are not messing around, Maddie, because there is a bunch that we are going to go through here today. And let's start first with a share from Nico on his VMCA personal experience. And good long post here. What caught your eye?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to congrats Nico on passing the exam. He got a really great score as well, 90%. So great job in that. And then thank you for sharing with us your experience, Nico. Tips and tricks are always something that we value at the community, especially people that maybe didn't do any of the certification, VMC, VMCA, because he also wrote the post a few months ago about VMC. So this is really valuable. It seems like there are a few points in there that I'm going to just mention. It seems like you don't need to have a VMC certification in order to be able to do the VMCA, but Nico strongly advises that you should do it as it really helps out when it comes to the VMCA certification. And then also you should know that if you have already a VMCA 1 certificate, you are not required to take the new course before taking the VMCA 2020 exam. So there is a 2-day course, but again, Nico says that it really helped him and he recommends taking the course. Of course, if you don't have the time and you think that you are ready for it, sure, you can go without. So this is, I believe, an important thing now. And also, he mentions that you should have experience in implementing the backup designs in order to pass this exam. Otherwise, don't even think to take it. This is more like a real life experience rather than theory. So he's also mentioning Rasmus YouTube channel where there are like a bunch of resources about the course. So honestly, I heard it many times that Rasmus resources helped a lot of people when it came to, at least understand better the flow of that exam, of the certification. So yeah, thank you again, Nico, for it.
Yeah, there's a lot in here. This is a super good, super deep post, Nico. And I'm skimming through here, agreeing with everything you've written. And big shout out to Rasmus Hasland. He's one of our MVPs. And if you didn't catch it, I've got a Legends sweatshirt on. Maddie's got a Vanguard t-shirt. I have the MVP mug. We are fully representing the Veeam 100 in apparel and housewares here today for the MVP mug. Closing loop. And Hasland was he's currently an MVP, but also he used to be a Vanguard. Piece of trivia: he was Vanguard 0. He was the very first kind of prototype person for the program. But anyways, Nico, great post here. I am embarrassed, Maddie. I need to update my VMCE, VMCA, because I only took it the very first year we offered it because we didn't have to take the course because the course didn't exist at that time. And I passed, which I would expect that I would know, but I don't know.
Now you don't have any reason not to go for it. You don't have to take the 2 days course either. So
yeah,
you can go for it.
And I can read all these practical shares on the community and how it's going to go. All right. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Nico. All right. Next up is Patricio with a link, another MVP, by the way, of an automated K10 installation and configuration with Ansible. Nice, nice. What's awesome about this?
Well, this is definitely not the first time we are talking about this. It is part of a bigger project that Patricio has been working on for a while. From what I recall, there are a bunch of other articles, like posts that we have in the Kubernetes corner from Patricio related to automation with Ansible. And he's also like talking about custom K10 export and import policies with Ansible. He did custom K10 disaster recovery with Ansible and Argo CD. And so, you know, like, and I feel like this whole project should get a bit more visibility. And I thought whatever he did in here, it's really worth mentioning. But also I have an idea in my mind, and I know you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's something that I'm gonna work on. But yeah, it's really short, sweet, and I think very helpful, whatever he did in here, all these scripts that he put together.
Yeah, I think having, first of all, Ansible is one of those go-to like playbook type engines that a lot of people are using. And to put K10 into it is really interesting and appealing, really. So sounds like Chris piped in that they use Ansible. I don't think he's gone too much into K10 yet, but having just this other option inside of it is a really good, interesting piece of tooling to have at the ready. And the one thing I'll highlight down here in the GitHub page is that Patricio also has it for the 3 main public cloud Kubernetes engines, as well as the Tanzu Kubernetes grid on premises on VMware. So no, that's a really solid block there, Patricio. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Yep, thank you, Patricio.
Next up is Olivier, a Veeam MVP. We might be on a run of all Veeam 100 highlights here today, Maddie. I don't know. That might be one of the rare times we do that. Olivier is talking about, is this share already protected? And he's got a really cool script. This is awesome.
Yep, he's basically sharing a script that helps identify if a given share has been backed up multiple times on a NAS device. And why is he doing that? He says, like, the customers he discussed with reported overconsumption of a VUL and when leveraging Veeam NAS backups. And it seems like the same share that is protected by 2 different backup jobs, even though it is the same source data, it's, you know, like it's protected amount doubles, at least in that particular instance. So this script comes in handy because, you know, like he's also going like at the end, there is a summary where he shares some really important things. I mean, that you want to keep in mind when you use this script. Like, for instance, you know, like once a protected share duplicate yeah, exactly, is removed, you know, like it takes approximately 30 days or 30 days actually to reevaluate it. So yeah, and then there is if you want to make it quicker, then just follow the license revocation process. So these are 2 things that you have to keep in mind when you use this script. I mean, don't expect it to just make, you know, magic in there. It will, but still, you have to do some work as well.
Yeah, I think this is super helpful because I understand, NAS jobs, different levels of protection, and even, thinking about how an organization would ramp up to Veeam, they may add multiple jobs to do this and to just make sure we're not duplicating licenses. It
Yeah.
feels a lot, Maddie, like there's a Veeam 1 report. It's called like VMs or computers protected by multiple jobs, even though
Mhm.
the universal license on image-based backups doesn't double hit, but it will on NAS. And I don't know, maybe I got an idea for something that just popped into my head here. But nonetheless, for the right now, Ollie, this is a great share. Thank you so much. This is, and we did move it over to Script Library, but this is a good one. That's outstanding. So thank you so much, Olivier. I already gave you a like. I was going down to try to do it again. All right, that is our actual news. You can see we still have 3 tabs, so we're going to go to special department now. And Maddie, I think we got a winner.
Yes, we do, Michael Paul, and it's really well deserved. I mean, that article was really good and it got a lot of votes. So, congratulations, Michael, for that.
Nice.
Um,
I remember we featured this one. That
yes,
was
we
a
did.
while ago. Yeah.
That was
And
great. And yeah,
yeah, he was you've made the name stick, Sir Michael Paul. I don't know if we're going to get in trouble from the crown on that, but it kind of rolls off the tongue.
I mean, come on, we have to give him that title. Uh, we always mention it in the recap, so we had to put it
I
in there
do.
as well. You do, yeah.
I make up words all the time. I mean, come on.
So yeah, I thought it would be nice and funny, so I used it. But
And
yeah,
then he did pretty good, pretty solid lead across the votes here. So yeah. Oh, I was wanting Vanny GPT to kind of come in strong. Ah,
yeah,
sorry.
no, Vanny GPT got 5 votes as well, but then you had also Scott's script that got some good votes in there as well.
Am I allowed
12
to vote?
votes. Oh, you can vote, but like um, and now it's closed. So
Well, I know, but I kind of feel bad because I don't like the results. But then I've realized that I didn't vote, so it's kind of my own fault. Is the short takeaway.
okay, yeah, you are allowed to vote,
So
but
anybody watching this is allowed to
yeah,
vote.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, anyone is allowed to vote. But of course, for this one, the poll is closed. So even if you vote, we
Yeah,
still have a winner, like,
I'm going for the next one is where I'm going with it because I
yes,
just realized I need to vote, and then
yeah,
so do you watching this show. Everybody needs to vote.
everyone should vote. And now, talking about voting and polls and blog of the month, yes, that's great that you are highlighting the fact that we have, as I mentioned it when we started this show, Sysadmin Day on the 28th of July, and we are going to make the blog of the month a special edition dedicated to the Sysadmin Day. Basically, we just want to reward all sysadmins around the globe, all our people in the community, and we might have some prizes in mind. So go ahead, share your story about a time when you had a situation and you either saved the day or you failed, and you have some good advices. How would you have done it? Just tell us the story, like, and tell us what you learned out of that experience. So we are going to put all those stories, the best stories, of course, in this poll, and they're going to get voted by the community, and you might get a prize. But
So
more
it's
details to come. I will write a
exactly.
post on that. Just keep an eye on it.
So I'm gonna go rogue. Now, everyone watching, Maddie and I always plan this stuff pretty good, but I'm gonna put something in here that I want to highlight my favorite sysadmin story. Now, this is the guy. I have approval to reproduce this tweet, but it is almost 10 years old,
Oh, wow.
but it still is right on point. Now, this is Renee Boss, who is in Netherlands. So he Maddie didn't meet up with him on her last trip. But check this out. Received a pie for restoring files in no time for a colleague using Veeam backup and replication. Come get a piece. Now, I just got to say that pie looks amazing. Like a Dutch cheese pie. Does that not look like really, really good?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
That
I
looks
could have a
amazing.
piece right now.
Yeah. But it's one of those things here that I went to a direct message and I asked Renee if I could reproduce that tweet. So that's one of my go-tos. That is sysadmin day, right? Tell us a story like that, isn't that cool? So that's back when I used to do the social media, Maddie. I used to see it all. And so I could easily just highlight the good ones like that. Yeah.
Still
But
see a lot of it. I
I
get a
do.
lot of likes and a lot of
Yeah.
comments
Yeah.
from your side, so I think you still see a lot.
Let's just say we see a lot of things.
We see a lot of things.
See a lot of
Exactly.
things. But yes, share us your stories. Sysadmin Day, saving the day, war stories of technology. That could be really interesting stuff. So no, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
We've shared this one before, but I know we've had a few small updates through the bit for Veeam on tour. Anything particularly want to highlight?
Yes, we have a date now for the Belgium tour. Thank you, Christoph, for letting me know that this is going to happen on the 13th of September. So for everyone that is in Belgium that day, to go ahead and register for that. And then, of course, just wanted to mention that there are, like this month, there are a bunch that are happening in APJ. I'm thinking China, that is going to be a virtual one. I'm thinking Japan, I believe that's going to be the in-person one. It's going to be on the 20th of July.
Yep,
And
right here you can still get to the Japan
yeah,
one, and then like for the ones that haven't already happened, you'll see they have this, you can read like
mhm.
the Belgium one hasn't popped up here, but when they're closed, they look like that.
Yeah.
So
And then, of course, there are still some happening in August, like the New Zealand, the Australia one, and you have a bunch in September. I think that's going to be a big month for Vimon tours.
yeah,
Again, you're going to have like the ones in Argentina and Brazil that I'm going to go to. The end of August, you have Colombia and Mexico. You going to be there. So if anyone wants to say hi to us, you're
yep,
going to be able to find us there. And then I know Michael Cade is going to the one in South Africa that is happening August as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then Anthony is going to be probably in Australia as well, in New Zealand. So that's cool. That's going to be a bunch still. Probably half of them haven't happened yet. So
yeah.
just go ahead, register if you are in that country, in that region, and yeah, just come and meet the Veeam team, our
So
customers, partners.
yeah, they're fun. And some people will come from afar for them. Like I said, I will be at these two, and Maddie, you will be at these. What's your favorite color, Maddie?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue. All right. So
I
and
should
then
have
that'll.
said green, but
Well, that's all right.
it's
Hey,
blue. We
with
are
Veeam
using blue, right?
nowadays, you don't know which color we are, but both of those colors work. So Maddie will be at the 2 in blue. I will be at the 2 in green, and then also Julia on our team will also be, I think, at all 4. So she speaks both of these languages, so that makes a huge difference. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that. All right, last piece of special department news. A couple weeks ago, I shared the special session that we did at Veeam around the VHR, the Veeam Hardened Repository. I want to clarify 2 things. One, if you're not wanting to use the hardening, or if you don't want to use Ubuntu, we have everything you need in the first video, and then in the markdown file of what you would go into do to plan a deployment. Okay, we have that if you're in that boat. And if you are wanting an automated install, automated hardening, you can consider the installable ISO that we have. I just want to let everyone know that we have updated it. Let's see, it was 29 June. I was actually a couple days late. Sorry about that. But the big update is that now we do not require internet access. So the big update here is that the internet access is optional. Now, we still want that at some point to do updates potentially. You could do that afterwards, establish internet access later at the network level because you can't do the commands. But I just want to let everybody know this thing is baking, and it's baking good, and it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned if you haven't seen that. And we still have that sticky at the top of the community because this thing is changing as we go.
Yeah.
All right, so we mentioned that you were in Amsterdam. Walk us through some of these pictures.
Yeah, let me do it. So, what should I start with? Let me just start with the presentations because those are really awesome. We had that the first one with the red lights. That was like the general session, and we had people talking from AWS, from IBM, from McKinsey. That was actually very, very good keynote. I really enjoyed it. And then the other room that you see down there, that would be one of the, they called it implement. They had something like plan, implement, and they called it like in different ways depending on the topics they were talking about, which was pretty cool, quite organized from this point of view. There are like, of course, good and not as great sessions like all conferences. I don't think I've been to a conference where I can completely say like the sessions were all amazing. But
Other than Veeam on.
of course, other than Veeam on, of course. Yes, but yeah, the most of the sessions were good. I really enjoyed the keynotes. There was one session by IKEA that had a man as well joining the presentation. So it was done by two ladies and a man, which was the only presentation where a man was invited, which was inclusive, let's call it this way. And then I also got to hear, I mean, the content was diversified, let's say. It was about diversity, equity, inclusion, Gen AI. This is the topic of the year, I guess, for all conferences, cloud, data, sustainability in technology. So it wasn't just, like a topic about just a certain category. So that was great. And, I got to meet a bunch of like a group. All those women are actually from Romania. And there were like a group of 30 ladies, and we went and we took a really great picture. This is just like another picture with a few of them because the other picture was like, I don't know, not that great with 30 women in it. So I choose this one, but it was great. We had a lot of interesting conversations. The women are like tech. Many of them are like architects or engineers, or some of them are just like manager, tangential, like with tech subjects. So overall, really great discussions around a lot of topics. And then we also, after the conference, I get the opportunity to meet Maurice and Jos. And we spent like most of the Friday together. As you can see, they are wearing t-shirts with Veeam, which is cool, and I'm not.
Veeam. No Veeam.
No
Veeam. Goodness.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't expect these guys to come with their Veeam t-shirts, but that was so awesome. That talks a lot about our community passion, right? So yeah, we actually went outside Amsterdam to a place called Zandam and another small city, Haarlem. That was really great. Thank you guys for doing
that. You got
that.
the windmills back there, yeah?
Yes, that was awesome. We actually went to visit one. So that was cool experience. So we also had a lot of conversations around projects that they are working on, like community projects. And yeah, we're gonna work more on things together. I always love when I have the opportunity, to spend more time with community members, like because first of all, uh, like you get to know the people closely, and then you also get to come up with fabulous ideas on how to improve things, or you just come up with new projects that you're going to work on together. And it's really great. I really love that. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's yeah.
yeah. When you can meet without like, we got to do X. I mean,
Yes.
we in the end we have to do X, or we have to talk about X.
Yeah,
But when we get time for Y, and when Y or the other topic, it's just like the camaraderie of it. Man, that
exactly.
makes the next time we go do X, it makes it so much better. So that stuff's important. So that's great that you got to meet
Yes.
up with those two.
And then the last picture, but a very important one on my side, I mean, the Alfred Hotel. I found the Alfred
Oh.
Hotel in Amsterdam. I was like, oh my God, I should have got my Alfred to take a picture with his hotel.
I don't know what their pet policy is, but maybe next time you visit, you should check that out.
Yes, I should definitely. But that was so hilarious. I just had to stop and take a picture. That
Yeah,
was
that's
so good.
great.
But
I have
that
one
was
picture to
about,
share.
yeah, your
Yeah.
July 4th.
Well, it's funny. You're very good about the picture. I don't take many pictures, but I did take one. Last week, yesterday, I should say, here in the U.S. was we call it Independence Day. It's National Day, and they had the fireworks display. And this is the way to watch fireworks. So basically, they're downtown in the center of the city, and this is the last like building before there's a river. So the downtown, the central business district stops. But my wife's company, they let you come into the office. So we're at like the 20th floor over whatever, 18th floor overlooking the fireworks. That, Maddie, is how you watch fireworks, because being
Yes.
down there on the street with the heat and nowhere to sit, no thank you. I will take it from the conference room. So that was fun.
Yeah. It's like you want it in a fancy way. You just don't do the average
Yes.
thing,
You
You go
calling me
for the
out. Calling me
fancy.
out. Yes,
Okay,
maybe.
okay.
Maybe.
But that looks
Uh
amazing anyway. That looks great.
Speaking of amazing, Sophia is amazing with the
Yes.
collaboration here, of the Who's New. And we are at plus 62. So a couple of cool names I'm seeing in there. I like this one actually. Not dancer, but dancer.
And
That's funny.
Eternus, it's cool as well.
Eternus. Yeah,
Eternus.
there's some cool ones in here, right?
Yeah.
Landforth, that sounds kind of cool. Um, Zapman. Anyways, I have fun with these names. Sophia picked these four as the coolest usernames. They are Prototo, Sweet Chris, Toledo, and Eternus. That's cool. And then Alfred's pick. And actually, when we were prepping, I called this one, and Maddie saw it too. But Lemon Fridge, congratulations! You are going to get the Alfred's Pick badge. Very hard to get badge. You gotta like know coming in, because like there's some people that want to have all the badges. That one, if you don't get it, it's a pretty unique badge.
It is, and I'm thinking people that join the community before we do that. I mean, at some point we should actually make it in a way that, give them the opportunity to get that badge.
Well,
But
we have the one of the first badge that was for the first
yeah,
1,000 members. So
that's limited edition as well. That's
I
true.
have an idea. I have an idea for a badge,
Mm,
but I'm not going to say it
okay.
because I got to make sure you and Sophia actually like the idea. So,
Hey,
so
surprise then.
yeah. Um, Anything else, Maddie? This is a great roundup here today.
That's about it. I think we're gonna just go ahead with the projects. A lot of them to work on. I don't have any trouble for the next 2 months, so that's good. I'm gonna be focused on projects because I kind of, got distracted with all traveling. But yeah, and I'm going to just catch up with people. So that's good
Yeah,
as well.
I have a personal vacation next week, so we might have to substitute the filming, or I'll take the call from the beach. We'll see.
It's
We'll
already
figure it out.
sorted. Don't worry.
Ah,
I
okay.
have a
Look at you.
special edition in there.
All right. Love it. Love it. I'm useless here, friends. She's all of it. So thank you so much, Maddie, here for prepping everything tonight. Or today. Have a great weekend, and we will see what surprise is in store for episode 128.